Tonight, Donald Trump's fully incompetent Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, responded to questions from Intelligence Committee Democrats about her participation in the FBI raid seizing voting records in Fulton County, Georgia. Tulsi Gabbard said, "My presence was requested by the president and executed under broad statutory authority to coordinate, integrate, and analyze intelligence related to election security, including counterintelligence, foreign and other malign influence, and cybersecurity. The FBI's intelligence, counterintelligence divisions are one of the 18 elements that I oversee." And the Wall Street Journal is reporting a U.S. intelligence official has alleged wrongdoing by Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard in a whistleblower complaint that is so highly classified, it has sparked months of wrangling over how to share it with Congress, according to U.S. officials and others familiar with the matter. The filing of the complaint has prompted a continuing behind-the-scenes struggle about how to assess and handle it, with the whistleblower's lawyer accusing Gabbard of stonewalling the complaint. Gabbard's office rejects that characterization, contending it is navigating a unique set of circumstances and working to resolve the issue. Back with us, Senator Sheldon Whitehouse. And Senator, as you know, Tulsi Gabbard also placed a cell phone call to Donald Trump with the FBI agents involved in the raid in Fulton County, Georgia, to have some kind of, I guess, discussion with the coach about how they ran the play.
Everything about this is highly suspicious. First of all, the search warrant that they were executing in Fulton County, Georgia, came out of a U.S. attorney's office and a magistrate judge in Missouri. And the local FBI office in Georgia was not involved. Now, I was a U.S. attorney, and sometimes your case in your district requires you to get evidence from another district. And what you do then is you have the local U.S. attorney get a warrant in the local area. So that would make sense, Georgia and Georgia. And then you would have the FBI agent be the affiant on the affidavit, and that would be from your home state, because you don't want to have to walk another FBI agent through the whole case. So you're in your state. The investigation is in your state. The FBI agent in your state provides the affidavit, and then in the state where you're going to get the warrant, an AUSA from that state gets the warrant. Very standard practice. Here, none of that happened. And worse than that, the special agent in charge in that district in Georgia seems to have been fired. They said he was resigned. We don't know yet. But anyway, spontaneously disappeared in the days before the execution of this warrant. He's the person who would have, been looking over this and seeing if that was legitimate behavior. The Missouri U.S. attorney who did this is not even a confirmed U.S. attorney. What he is an election denier with a paper record of election denial from his service in Missouri as an assistant attorney general, which creates a huge record for defendants to go after to allege, vindictive and unfair prosecution, and political pals with Ken Martin, the creepy guy who just got moved out of the Department of Justice and ran the weaponization working group for the Department of Justice. And that takes you back to Tulsi Gabbard, who says she stood up the weaponization working group, which is this bizarre group of Trumpy people across multiple federal agencies who basically conspired together across the agencies without necessarily going up the chain of command to their cabinet officials. They're running their own operation. And the purpose of that operation is to try to run political errands for Donald Trump using the offices of the United States government. And if all that's not enough, of course he has to call in, just like that Raffensperger call. You'd think he'd have the good sense to know, wait a minute, if this is election mischief and it's Georgia, maybe I shouldn't be making stupid phone calls. But every single piece of this is bad Department of Justice practice because it opens up avenues of inquiry for defendants. So the final question here is, will there ever be a defendant to ask questions about this? Or was the purpose of the seizure of those documents just to get them in the hands of Trump's election monkey wrenchers to try to rig elections in the future? And there's no plan to bring charges that would allow any of these inquiries to proceed.
Senator Sheldon Whitehouse, your guidance on this one, invaluable as usual. Thank you very much for joining us tonight.